Well, hey everybody, welcome to the very first video ever produced by T&S Virtual Farms. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. What this is going to be is a very short video, sort of an introduction to the new series that I'm creating. I'll start off by saying that I'm brand new to YouTube as far as a creator standpoint. I, however, am not brand new to Farming Simulator. I started playing Farming Simulator back, I believe, it was early 2011, late 2010. I think it was right after Farming Simulator 2011 was released that I actually started playing. And I've been playing ever since then. So with that out of the way, first thing I'd like to do is say thank you to all the modders out there. Without you guys and the work that you put in, the hours and hours that you spend creating these mods that are out there, I don't believe that Farming Simulator would be as popular worldwide as it is today. Me, for example, I live in the United States. I am most familiar with American style equipment and American style techniques. However, I can appreciate how other countries and other regions do things. Myself personally, I have traveled quite a bit throughout the world, and I've developed that appreciation for how other countries, how other regions do things. So let me tell you a little bit about Cussler. Now, Cussler is the protagonist of our story. Cussler is a young man. We'll say he's around, we'll call him 19 years of age. Now, he lives in the state that I live in also, which is Oklahoma. That's where our story is going to take place. Not anywhere specific. However, this map that I'm basing Cussler in is Medicine Creek Farms. So there is a river running through it, so to speak. I have named that the Ouachita River because that is a reasonably sized river in the southwest part of Oklahoma. Now, Cussler he doesn't come right out and say it in the first episode, which is coming up after this. This summer, he wants to create a vlog. And so that's part of what Cussler is doing. However, because I want to tell a rich story, some of the things that Cussler says and does would not typically be something you might find in a vlog on YouTube. So as the viewer, you may have to distinguish what is vlog and what is just part of the story. I know that seems kind of convoluted, but I think you're going to understand once you start watching and once you start seeing some of the episodes. Another thing about this series is that it's going to be very character rich. And what that means is there's going to be a lot of personalities that Cussler interacts with in, say a single episode. There may be 4, there may be 5 people, different characters that he interacts with in a single episode. That is because I want to really tell a story. When I was a kid, like a young child, from the time I could crawl, I played with farm replicas. So I played with farm toys, 1/16 scale, 1/64 scale farm toys. And I was what is known as a carpet farmer. And if you don't know what a carpet farmer is, imagine this little kid in his living room. He's got all these little farm replica toys around him, and he is pretending that the carpet of the living room, the dining room rug, that is his field. And he's out there pushing his little farm toys around, making the sounds, making the noises, and he's farming the carpet. Now that kind of sounds comical, but it's true. And I know that there's a lot of you out there probably that are watching this that know exactly what I'm talking about because you were carpet farmers too. When I was a kid, and even up to today, which I'm not a kid anymore, all my life growing up, I was told that I had a great imagination, and I still do today. When I was a kid, carpet farming, not only was I just pushing these toy tractors around on the floor, but I was creating a story. Every farm I ever had there in the living room floor had a story that went along with it. As I've gotten older, I don't really play with farm toys anymore. I still collect them. However, Farming Simulator has taken the place of my carpet farm. Farming Simulator is one of those things, and even would be more so without the mods, is that it gets repetitive. And for me, without a story to go along with my game, it gets old kind of fast. And so even when I'm playing by myself, I create a story in my mind to enrich the game for myself. And that's what I'm going to try to do here through YouTube. I'm putting this series out because I want to. I'm putting it out for my enjoyment, and I hope that some of you out there will also enjoy it. I'm going to put as much effort as I can into it. I'm still learning the video editing software and the screen capturing and all the settings. I'm still learning those things, but I'm going to try to do the very best for you guys that I can. That's just kind of another traits of my personality. So it may be kind of slow at first because these first few episodes I have to introduce a lot of new characters to you. I do promise that we're going to get into some farming and get into some really interesting things soon. I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, the first episode, it's raining, so we're not going to do any farming. But you are going to be introduced into some interesting characters who are going to play a big role in the series going forward. And I hope that you tag along. Now, for some of you out here, it's going to be too slow for you. It may be boring for you. And if that's the case, well, I hope you check back in 4 or 5 episodes where things really start to happen for Cussler and give me another try. I think for some of you, though, like myself, you're going to enjoy the very immersive and rich story that goes along with these series. I'm going to try to farm and use real life techniques as much as possible and discuss real life topics as much as possible. Like Cussler, I do not come from a farming family. However, I have lived all my life in a rural community, and I have been involved with agriculture in various facets, which include working for farmers. I've got a great friend of mine right now who has a giant farm here in Oklahoma, and I go help him as much as I can. Just this last wheat harvest here in Oklahoma, I spent a whole week driving around in a John Deere S680 combine cutting wheat. So I'm not a farmer, but I am very familiar with how farms work and how machinery works, and I think that will lend well to making this series interesting for a lot of you. So if you'll notice, the number of this episode is episode 0, because the intent is that you watch it before you watch the first episode, because I just wanted to kind of clue you in on my thought process and my mindset for making this series. Thanks for sticking with me this far. I hope you guys enjoy the first episode. If you're a person who likes and subscribes, please do so. If you're not a person who likes and subscribes, that's great too, because I'm not creating this series and putting it out here to get an X number of subscribers or X number of views or whatever. I'm doing this because I enjoy Farming Simulator, and I enjoy creating rich stories that go along with my games, and I want to share that with the world if the world is interested in coming along with me. So with that said, let's get on with the first episode. Thank you guys so much for choosing to spend a few minutes with me today, and we will see you again soon. Thanks.